Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial, and today I want to show you how to make this crossing the way bracelet, and it's made with memory wire. It's so easy to make, and it goes on the wrist just like so and sits on your wrist just like that with the little dangles hanging down here. You don't have to put the dangles, but I did because they look pretty sweet. And I made this in a bronze color actually, with gold, as you can see in the picture, and my sister took it. So I don't have it to show it to you because it got claimed already. But what you need for today's project is you're going to need 2 colors of 11O seed beads, and today I'm going to use a matte, what color is this? It's a peacock green, and it's in a matte finish, and I'm going to use a pastel rose color. Almost looks like a pinky pearl, and these are dynamite beads by Matsuno, and they're Japanese beads, so they're really good for this project because they're a little tiny bit bigger than a Czechoslovakian bead. And as you can see in here, I used a blue, and then I just used a hot pink or neon pink here and there in the strands of the memory wire. You're also going to need some memory wire, and I'm going to use I have lots of memory wire, but don't think I'm going to need all that for a few pieces. For tools, in terms of tools, you're going to need a pair of memory wire cutters, and these are strictly for cutting memory wire. Whatever you do, don't use your regular flush cutters, because if you do, you'll leave little pieces of your metal here will chip off, and your pliers will be no good anymore, your cutters. You will need a pair of round nose pliers. You could use chain nose pliers to close the gaps a little bit in your loops, and you will need some, I am going to use, because I'm using the pink bead, I'm going to use these 6mm Czechoslovakian beads for the dangles. And for your dangles, you will need some, 2 eye pins. These are 1.5-inch eye pins, and you will need them for your ends here. So you're going to need 2 of those, and you will need 4 head pins. So I'm going to dump all my materials out and come back and show you what to do next. Okay, to get started, I went ahead and I cut a piece of memory wire, and I overlapped it about 1 inch on, as you can see how it closes, you'll see that it's overlapped about 1 inch. So I need to have 6 pieces this exact same size. So this is how I measure, how I do it. So I just line it up with the coil of memory wire, and I'll line up this end here, like so. And then I just kind of move it all the way around, because I need them to be exactly the same size. And I just hold it like so, and I cut it. Try and get it exactly the same size. So there you go. They're exactly the same size. You can stretch this. It goes right back into shape. Memory wire is made like that. So we'll do it one more time. Line your 2 pieces up here, like so, perfectly lined up there, and follow it around without moving it, and that's where I need to cut it, right there. So I'll take my memory wires, cutters, and cut. I want to make sure that they are completely straight. Alright, so I've gone ahead and cut my 6 pieces, all the same size. So we have 6 here. And now we don't need any more memory wire, and we just need our our round nose pliers. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take one end and you're going to take the very smallest part of your round nose pliers to make a loop. And you're just going to grab your memory wire between the pliers. Try to get it small because we need a very small loop. And then just bend it downward like so. We want to get it to be a very small loop, like that. And because this stuff is so strong, I just use my chain nose pliers to squish that completely closed, like so. See? Maybe squish it a little wee bit more. There we go. Whoa, that was too much. Now I overlapped it and I don't want it to do that. So you're going to do this for all 6 pieces of your memory wire, and keep your loops very tiny on each one. And try to keep them consistent so they're all the same size. So take your smallest part, like so, bend it down, and it is strong, like that. Sorry. So yeah, you're just going to keep doing this for all 6 pieces. Again, I want to close it very carefully with my pliers. I don't overlap it again. There we go. So we have a tiny hole here. So do that on all 6 of your pieces, and when I get mine done, I'll be back. Okay, once you've gotten all your ends turned under like this and made your little loop on one side, we're going to string on beads now. And there's no particular order of stringing on these beads. It's just simple, easy stringing on. You start with the opened end, and I kind of just squish my beads kind of together here because I'm working with, you know, both colors, and I don't want to be going over here, over there, over here, over here. Just really quick. So I'm just going to string on beads. I'm not going to do any random order, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 green, 1 pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, okay, 6, and I'm going to string on a pink one. I'm just going to randomly put a pink bead on here, so I'm going to count 1, 2, and I'm going to string on a pink, do 1, string on a pink, maybe I'll string on 2 pinks, string on 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a pink, string on 1, 2, 3, and just randomly string on whatever amount you want in each color. I kind of think it looks nice if you just kind of stick your bright color one in between here and there. You know, you don't want to overpower it. I didn't overdo it here. You can tell the main color is blue with the pink accents. So I'm going to finish this, and when I get to the end here, you're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch on your memory wire, and I'll show you how to turn that under, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gotten about 1/4 of an inch left after I've strung on all my beads on here, And all I'm going to do is grab it with my round nose pliers, pinch it at the smallest point, and twirl it under, like so, just to block it off. And then I'm going to squeeze it with my chain nose just to make sure it's good and closed. And that's it for stringing on your beads. So I've gone ahead and hopefully you have strung on all your beads on all 6 of your memory wires. And we're going to need our 2 head pins here. And all you're going to do is I'm going to use green. I'm going to pick up one wire, put it on the head pin, or sorry, the eye pin, pick up one 11/0 seed bead between it, and you're going to do that for all 6 of them. So you're going to pick up one of the loops on here and one 11/0. Let's pick up another one, a loop, and an 11/0. A loop and an 11/0. A loop and an 11/0. Sorry about that. Alright, so one more loop on here and no 11/0. Now basically all you're going to do here, you can see you've got them all on your eye pin, is you're just going to give them the eye pin a little bend, like a 90-degree angle bend. Grab your round nose pliers and you're going to just make a simple loop. Turn this around. It can be a little complicated with the memory wire as it flings back and forth in your way. So grab that about there, wrap it around your round nose pliers, give your round nose pliers a turn, and finish off the loop like so. And then we're going to just snip this with our regular pliers or cutters, and then I'm going to use my chain nose pliers to straighten out my loop and close it up. Now if you want to hang dangles off of your bracelet, then we need to straighten up this. You need to have both of these loops facing the same way. So all I do is grab this with one pliers, grab the other end with the other pliers, and just twist them till they're both lined up the same, like that. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, see? Okay. Now for the crossing part, make sure all of them are not twisted or tangled, so they're all flattened all the way around, because you want to keep your beads flat. You're going to take this two or this two, it doesn't matter. We're going to divide them into two. So it's this first two, the middle two, and the outside two. So remember, we're working in twos. So we got the right side, the left side, and the middle. So it doesn't matter which side you work from first. So I'm going to take the right side and cross it over the middle one like so. So now my middle has become my right side and the right side has become the middle. So now I'm going to go over to the left and I'm going to grab these two, keeping them flat, and I'm going to cross these two into the middle, and that's going to stay flat there. And that's all you're going to do. You're going to switch sides. You're never going to take the middle and cross it over anything. You're always going to take your outside two, so it would be the right, cross it over the two middles, and keep checking to make sure that stays flat. So take the outside two lefts, and we've kind of bunched up here. Those are my two middles. Take the outside, cross it over. Take this side, cross it over. And you're just going to keep doing this all the way down through the whole entire bracelet. Take this, cross it over. This, cross it over. You're only crossing over the middle one on each one of your ends. So it's starting to get close to the end. Just making sure I have none of mine, none of these twos. Make sure yours are all staying flat and you didn't twist any of them as you were crossing them. And then I'll cross that over. You can do this however many times this will allow you. Now, I think that's probably gonna be sufficient for this bracelet. So we want to match all our ends up, making sure we don't cross any by mistake. Checking to make sure I don't have any doubled over here, because it feels like I do. Nope. And we've got these two, and these two. Okay, so we have all 6 of our ends here. Careful we don't mess them up. And we need those over there. Alright, so now this is the tricky part. Putting your eye pin in and finding a way to hold it, picking up a bead and putting it on with your pliers is a lot easier than trying to pick it up. And then put it in there. So we're just going to repeat the same thing. Put a pin on, and these came uncrossed. Your eye pin might become a little bent, but that's okay. You can just straighten it up. Okay. Another bead between, and we're going to need one more bead. Like that. And there we go. So before you close this up, check to make sure your bracelet's all good shape. It's not twisted, and as you can see, I twisted it. See here? This became twisted. So, and now it's in the wrong place on my eye pin. So I gotta fix it here, switch them around, and I need to take these out because they became twisted, and that's the one I need in. It's so easy to muck these up. There we go. So back to putting these on. It's always a good idea to check to make sure, like I just did, because it's very easy to do. And I missed. Oh, good. There we go. Alright, now let's double check one more time. Make sure everything is good. And we're good. So we're going to do the same thing here as you've done with here. You're just going to take your eye pin and bend it over. Take your round nose pliers and make a simple loop. Bend it over the pliers. Turn your pliers and wrap. And you're going to just trim off where it meets and close up your loop. Fix it up nice and close it. And it looks to me like they are pretty much facing the same way, my loops here, so I can hang my dangles on them. You see? Alright. Now you can leave your bracelet like this and not put any dangles on it. Is that not pretty? Or you can follow me and put these really pretty check glass beads on. So I'm just going to put a seed bead, a check glass, and a seed bead on my eye pin. I'm going to take it in my fingers here and just bend it, and I'm, again, simple loops. Hold that in your pliers like so, wrap it over like that, turn your pliers 90 degrees, and finish off the loop this way. And then you're going to trim your loop where they meet, cut it. And I usually just use my chain nose pliers to straighten up my loop and open up the loop, put it on here, and close it up. And make sure it's, and that's it. Easy as can be. And if you want to straighten up your eye pins, just maneuver them, manipulate them a little bit, bend them that way, and hang off your dangles. And that's it. That's all there is to making this really pretty bracelet. You can make this with many strands as you want. You don't have to use 6. You can use 12 and cross over across the pass with 4, 5, 6. But is that not beautiful? Easy, simple bracelet to make, and it's really lovely. So that's it for this tutorial. I want to thank you for watching, and subscribe, and make sure you like my video and like me on Bead for You Facebook page, which is down below. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye bye. Have a great week.